So in today's quick video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys what is a risk to reward ratio, how you can calculate it using the long position and short position tools, and why it actually matters when it comes to trading. So plain and simple, risk to reward ratio is exactly what it sounds like. It is the amount that you are willing to risk against the amount that you can potentially gain in a trade. So a one-to-one risk to reward ratio will see an equal take profit and stop loss because essentially you're willing to lose the same amount of money that you are willing to make. So for example, if we had a 20 pip TP, a 20 pip stop loss, and a 20 pip TP, this will be considered a one-to-one risk to reward ratio. And just for example purposes, we're going to say that we're using $1 per pip, just so it's easy to calculate. So in this first example of the one-to-one risk to reward ratio, if the trade were to go in our favor, we could potentially make $20. Now, if the trade did not go in our favor, then we would be losing $20. Now, for the second example, we're going to look at something that's pretty common. And this is a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. And again, we are still going to be using $1 per pip, and we're going to use that for all of our examples. Now, in this case, we would still have a 20 pip stop loss for a potential loss of $20. But this time, our TP would be 40 pips, right? Our TP would be 40 pips. And we could potentially gain $40 in this trade if the market were to go in our favor. Now, this is a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio because the risk is half of what our reward would be. Now, I'm going to do one more example just so that you guys can really understand what I'm saying here when it comes to calculating your risk to reward. Again, we're going to keep our 20 pip stop loss for a potential loss of $20 if this trade does not go in our favor. However, with a 60 pip TP, which is 3 times the amount that we're willing to lose, we could potentially gain $60 in this trade, right? Now, the reason why risk to reward ratio is so important is because even if you lose more trades than you win, if your risks are managed appropriately, you can still walk away with a pretty positive trading week. So let's just say, for example, these were the trades that we took within a week, and we're going to see what we could walk away with at the end of the week. So let's just say that the first trade that we took, we didn't hit take profit on that trade, and we actually lost $20. So let's just say on our second trade, trade number 2, we also lost $20. Let's just assume that we didn't start the week off great because the market won't always go in our favor. Now on trade 3, let's just say we had a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio and we gained $60. Let's just say trade number 4 went well for a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio and we made $40. We're going to say trade 5 also went well and we made another $60. Now, if trade 6, we lost $20, and trade 7, we also lost $20. Let's see what we would have made at the end of the week. So as we can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 losses here that are totaling $80, but we have 3 wins that are totaling $160. So we'll put that here. Losses, $80. Wins, $160, right? So even though we lost more trades than we won, we walked away with more profit because we appropriately set our risk to reward ratio. Now, there's a tool that you can use for this, which is the long position and short position tool. So I'll just give you guys a visual of what this looks like. So we're going to go ahead and use this example of this trade that I already have marked up. And we can see that my risk to reward ratio is 1-2, which we can see that from hovering over the box. Now, this is the short position tool, which means that I am predicting that the market will go down. And if I click on it, I can see that my TP was 80 pips and my stop was 40 pips. Now, if I were to change this to 40, we can see how now my red box and my green box are equal, giving me a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. But if I were to change this to 120 pips, now I have a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. So I really hope that this was helpful. I know it wasn't a long video, but you can watch it a few times until it actually makes sense for you. I do encourage you guys to start taking risk to reward more seriously, because even if you do lose trades, you can still walk away at the end of your trading week or month or year in profit. So I really hope that this was helpful. Until next time, rich friends.